Welcome back here at 941. We all have causes that are important to us, important enough for us to open our wallets and donate money. In recent years, one of those causes that's gaining popularity, contributing to help solve cold cases. Episode 19 of our podcast, What Remains, is out today. Let's take a listen to what one cold case philanthropist says about her donations.
So I can't imagine what it feels like for these families who have waited years, decades, not knowing what happened to their family members. So I can't think of a greater cause to be behind and contribute to than helping to solve these cold cases so these families can have those answers.
From WRAL Studios, this is What Remains, where we'll dig into the stories of connecting unidentified human remains to the missing and the murdered.
And the host of What Remains, Amanda Lamb, is here in the studio to talk with us about this episode. This is interesting. Didn't realize that this was a thing. So let's talk about why is there a need to raise money?
Yeah, I mean, the bottom line is DNA testing is so expensive, Brian. It can be $5,000 per case. And you know, small law enforcement agencies, they just don't have the money to do this. So what labs are now doing is they're doing crowdfunding. They're raising the money, sometimes $25 at a time. And it's amazing. They go out there, they put a request online on Facebook, for example, and they usually get these cases funded within 24 hours.
You know, it's interesting. We've heard so many stories of how there's like crowdsourcing to solve these cold cases and other crimes, and now people are putting their money up as well. And I understand that the woman we just heard there, Carla Davis, has given her money to help solve more than 20 cold cases in her home state of Mississippi.
Yeah, she has. So a classmate of her daughter's was missing and was found murdered back in 1998, and that kind of spurred her interest in this topic. She started doing some of her own forensic genealogy, and eventually she said, you know what, I have the resources and I want to fund every case of a cold case of a situation like this in my home state of Mississippi. And so she has now funded these cases to the tune of $100,000. And she said she has no idea of stopping at this point because she really cares about getting these cases solved.
Wow. And it's not just her money that she donates, but also her time and her talent.
Absolutely. She is a self-trained forensic genealogist. She learned online. She took a couple of classes and she started doing this on her own. Now she lives in Dubai, which is really interesting because the time difference is so dramatic. So often investigators give her a case and then overnight she actually will solve the case, get the answers for them. They wake up and in their inbox and their email, she says, this is what I've discovered. And she solved some really high profile cases recently. And she is now on staff with a lab in Texas called Othram Incorporated, and they specialize in degraded DNA. So she's just going to keep going because this is a cause that's dear to her heart, and she's passionate about it.
And that's what this is. This is the marriage of passion with the technology to get all of this done and the platform to get people involved.
Absolutely, and she's just a great example of that.
Amanda, thank you so much.
Thank you, Brian.
Episodes 1 through 19 available right now wherever you get your podcasts. Other materials, including photos, transcripts, and blogs, can be found on our website, whatremainspodcast.com.